And we're live from not so sunny, mostly cloudy, South Central Los Angeles. I am Mark, and I am a codependent narcissist. Um, Unconditional love, what is that? Tom Campbell defines it as 100% acceptance of other people's on their unique journey with no judgment. I mean, that's like a pretty good, in my opinion, it's a pretty good understanding of what love really is. Um, it's a difficult subject, love, because we really don't understand what that means. Our culture kind of promotes love as all different kinds of things, like Disney love and Hallmark love, Valentine's Day love. Obviously, sex is love. Um, those are all big kind of concepts of what we think love is, and in our culture today. Until recently, I kind of had no clue what love really meant. Um, I thought I was in love, but I was really in need. I was so in need. And that's just how my brain pattern matched love. I really didn't have much of a clue. I didn't know what love really was forever in my life. I thought that, maybe it existed, but it was just for some people, and definitely not for me, though. Um, then I read Autobiography of a Yogi by Yogananda, and the book changed my whole life. It opened up my whole consciousness to whole other new dimensions of love. Um, Love became something that we all are as humans, that I was as well, and that if I worked on removing my fears enough, I would just become love. You just become that thing that you are. It's really kind of your fears that are preventing us from becoming our higher selves, our more loving selves. And my really good friend Laura, she was reading Autobiography of a Yogi at the time, and she is like super spiritual and incredibly amazing, and I really look up to her in a lot of different ways. So she was reading the book, and I was like, man, what is this? I've heard about this book. I've heard about this Yogananda guy. I've seen his Netflix documentary, and I like cried my eyes out both times. So I'm like, I need to like find out more about this dude. So I think I went on Google and I just typed him in, and I realized uh, that his self-realization fellowship headquarters and meditation gardens were only like 12 minutes from my loft downtown. And if you live in LA, like 12 minutes, like from one place to another is like you're fucking next door. It's so close. So I was like, fuck, man, I need to like go up to this meditation gardens and figure out what's up. And so I'd go up there and I'd get really stoned, and I'd go to the meditation gardens, and that place is like a holy spiritual place. And I would get these crazy, I was calling them downloads at the time, these crazy downloads. And because I was in this meditative state, and I thought that for a long time this was the only place that I could go to get kind of this intuition. I had to go really stoned, and I had to like only could go there. But now that I realize, getting more into meditation, like you don't even need weed, and you don't need to be at the meditation gardens. You could be anywhere to experience that same thing. But that was in my beginning, and so I don't know how long I was there. Maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a month or longer, and then I had some resistance to even buying the book. I was like, oh, I thought I knew what was up just by being there. And at some point, I was leaving, and I just had this intuitive sense, like, yeah, it's time for you to buy the book now. And I bought the book and it changed my life. I totally need to reread it actually, because as you grow, understand concepts in a different way. It's kind of the genius of it. Like you can understand it at one point in your spiritual growth, and then reread it, and get a whole other like sense of what the meaning of the words were. The metaphors change. Um, so yeah, I mean, even dude, just the name Self Realization Fellowship. I mean, bro, that's like the most perfect name of all time. So the getting into self realization, realizing the self was kind of like a huge thing for me to understanding what love really was. Um, yeah, I mean, it just had so much larger concepts of what love is. And I know that as I continue to get rid of my fears, that I will like just become that. And I know I'm not 100% there yet either, because I really still judge myself, and I'm not 100% in acceptance. I haven't really surrendered yet, but um, but that's what I'm working on every day, like facing fears, getting rid of those things so I can become that highest version of myself. And like I said, suckers, like I'm going all the way in this lifetime, so it's just a matter of time. I hope this message finds everyone well, and sending love.